Welcome to my channel. I'm MC Toon. No intro roll today. This is just a little more serious video than I usually do. I have with me a friend of mine from Africa, Daniel Gbenga. How you doing, Daniel?
I'm fine.
So Daniel's from Nigeria. I'm going to let him introduce himself, and we're going to get right into what we're talking about today. So go ahead, Daniel.
All right. My name is Gbenga. My former name is Daniel, but I go by Gbenga publicly in the public domain. I basically I investigate. Basically, that's just what I do. I investigate paranormal claims and pseudoscience claims. So yeah, this it is just like flat earth, except that these are actually supernatural in nature, and I don't think people kill others for flat earth claims, but yeah, I investigate paranormal claims that basically leads to others' death. So that's basically what I do. I debunk these claims. I investigate like sometimes undercover and sometimes not. I investigate those who claim to possess supernatural powers and are looking forward to actually selling these things. Selling these things are actually taking money from the vulnerable and those who believe these claims. And that is basically what I do. I investigate these people. I give them a benefit of the doubt sometimes, and I just but most times they are open. They are just plain frauds, and you can look at their profiles and the way they act, and then look into these people. That's basically what I do. I just expose these claims and help those sometimes, or when I can, help those in need of that has been destroyed by these claims.
Um, all right. So I hope people get your accent. It's a little it's a very nice
Yeah.
accent, but so yeah, you investigate paranormal claims in the
Yeah.
part of Africa you're in there. A lot of them
Mm.
can be pretty serious, and the ramifications if somebody's accused of something can be
Mhm.
life changing or ending.
Yeah.
So um you have a YouTube channel, and I'll have that
Yeah.
in I'll add that to the description, so that people can go watch it. You have some really nice videos. I like your videos. So if anybody's interested in
Mhm.
seeing it, please do go to his channel, and watch, subscribe. One of the ways, as we go through this, if you're interested and you want to help, one of the ways to help is watching his videos, promoting his videos. He gets paid by YouTube to when you watch them. So if he gets a large number of views in some of these, it can make a big difference for what he's doing.
Yeah.
Um, so can you give a specific of what you have done in some of these instances here?
Okay. Uh, yeah, they are pretty elaborate and they are pretty wide claims. The claims, those who claim to possess supernatural powers in Africa actually claims are actually pretty wide claims. They claim that once you use their amulets and once you use their charms, you can be immune from disease, sometimes decay. Sometimes they believe that when you use their charms, if you ever get shot by with a gun, you would not be hurt. You would not be hurt, and or you could actually use some rings, wear some rings, and eat people with it, and they could die in the instant. So people go to these uh, witch doctors and they pay for these exorbitant rings and they try it. They actually eat others with it, and sometimes it feels, but in some cases there are those that have they feel you could actually if you were shot with a gun, you would not be hurt by the gun. So this is a common claim, and these are mostly I haven't tested the gun yet because there are a lot of safety regulations involved needed for something like that. But I've tested other claims. I've tested other claims, and they all come out false. That isn't the worst of it. The worst of it is those who actually claim that if you could kill someone and turn them into some kind of soup or some medicine, you could actually be wealthy from it.
So so
Those are
so they think they take a person and put them into a soup
something like that. Honestly, sometimes some people actually eat
and then
them like
eat them.
yeah, yeah. Sometimes some use them. They turn them into like soaps and they mix them with soaps and they kill people, mix them with soaps, and they use it to have their bath. So, yeah,
Wow. Um,
yeah. We are going to say some pretty weird stuff. Uh, and yeah, these things actually happen. You can just look it up. These things actually happen in Africa, and it is I think that is the most common issue here, and it is just basically the killings, and the killings is basically the biggest ones, and that is a new one in town right now. The claim that by shaking someone's hand, by shaking their hands, you could actually steal their penis. You
so
could actually
right,
steal their penis.
yeah. So by shaking somebody's hand, they think that they can steal somebody's manhood
Yeah,
just by
yeah,
shaking a hand. And so people have
exactly.
been accused of doing this.
Yeah.
And when somebody is accused of doing this, which we know is impossible, that this simply doesn't
Mm,
happen. But
mm.
somebody, I can't imagine somebody going around thinking, oh, I know what I'm going to accuse somebody of. I'm going to accuse somebody of making that disappear. That seems a little weird to me
Yeah,
that somebody would want to
yeah,
make that accusation because then everybody thinks you don't have anything down there.
exactly.
Um,
That's yeah,
but
yeah.
so,
That's
so obviously they're not, nobody's doing any sort of verification of this, right? There's not a bunch of people going and saying, well, show us that it's
mm,
missing, right?
exactly. That is the weird thing. That is the weird thing. In like it happened recently in Nigeria just yesterday. This man was actually accused of stealing for about three people's manhood, and he was almost beaten to death. I
So
sent you the
yeah,
video of
all right, I
I sent you the
have
video.
right here. I'm not going to play I have the audio muted. But this is the
Mm,
video of the guy. You don't really see much, so it's okay. This is on
mm,
X, formerly known
mm.
as Twitter. And I don't know. Is this what country was this in? That's
Nigeria, my
okay.
country.
So they're speaking in
Mm,
Nigerian, which I didn't understand any of it.
yeah,
But yeah,
yeah.
there's a guy in there that's being beaten because he was
Mm,
accused of this.
yeah. Yeah, yeah. So it's honestly, it is unimaginable for us to actually believe that. For us to actually imagine that people believe these things, but the thing is that people actually believe these things, and they are not shy about saying it. They're not shy about actually acting upon it, and it happens. This is just basically what happens. It's
Yeah,
it's it's something that yeah, yeah. They just accuse sometimes they claim some verifications have been done, but in most cases it has not been done. In most cases they do not do any kind of verification.
yeah. Um. Oh, you were
Mm,
breaking up there a little bit.
mm,
So that's one thing. Another is, and in the thumbnail for the video, I have a picture of this lady here, and
mm,
you did a really nice video on what happens to some of these ladies because they're accused
mm,
of being witches.
mm.
Um,
Yeah,
and that video is, oh wow. So how is it? How is it that somebody gets accused and then gets, um, what tests do they do?
exactly. Yeah, the basic thing is that people build reputations through their time in the society. They are like they label them as the menace of the town. So basically, these women are actually they are accused. They once someone dies, they feel like maybe it was probably this woman that did that.
So wait,
This
all right, hold
this
on. So somebody dies,
yeah,
and then a woman is accused of what?
yeah, being the witch that killed the
Of
person.
being the witch. Yeah, that killed the person.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And when it comes to the people that believe these things, their theory of possession do not actually involves natural death. They do not. They are not. They are not looking for natural causes because they do not understand natural causes. And
Oh, okay.
a child could die. Yeah, a child could die, and they would say this is the person responsible for killing the child. This person has to be punished or killed. They start off trying to kill the person, right? And they give them the option of exile. They give them the option of exile, and this
Okay.
happens in Ghana. I was there. Yeah,
So, all
they
right. So, how do they test? How is somebody tested if they're if the
they do
this
not.
they don't?
They do not test to the best of my knowledge, they do not test if they are a witch, but to actually get out of the camps they are sent to, they have to be tested.
Okay.
It is
So
just like a mob
okay.
action.
So
Like,
they're accused. They're sent to a camp, and then in order to
mm,
exit the camp, they have to be tested.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. In order to be able to, yeah, yeah.
what's the test?
It is it is always financially motivated, right? The people, the witch doctors always want some money, and they, yeah, it was said in that video, they give them some, they kill a fowl,
A
they
bird.
ask them to do, yeah, a
Yeah, they
bird,
kill
yeah,
a bird.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, they kill a bird, they ask them to drink the blood of the bird, and they just basically test some recite some incantations, and like, are you free to are you no longer a witch, or you're still a witch?
Okay.
And
So
yeah,
the witch who's the accused witch is brought to the witch doctor,
yeah,
and then they kill a bird, they make the
mm,
accused drink the blood, and then the witch
yeah,
doctor communicates with the dead bird,
and not communicates with the woman,
with the
yeah,
woman.
communicates with the woman,
But
and
what
they believe in
why did she have to drink the bird's blood?
blood. Exactly, it is a ritual. Yeah, a lot of it are just unfathomable, like drinking another animal's blood. It is, you can't actually wrap your mind around it. But these things are things that they actually do, and that they make these women do. And you could actually see one of the men in that video. One of the men that actually lives in that town was the one of the man that actually lives in that town actually told us that this is how it is done. It is not me saying it now. It is just one of them
It's
saying
just
it.
how they do it.
Yeah, that is how they do it. Yeah, they are forced to actually do these things, and you have to pay some money to the
To the witch
witch
doctor.
doctor before you could actually leave.
Okay, so they've
Yeah.
been in this camp. They go to be tested. Who knows if
Mm.
they're going to be approved or not? But then once but in order
Exactly.
to, probably the more they pay, the more likely they are to be cleared.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Exactly. Exactly. It is always financially motivated.
Yeah,
And the thing is that, yeah, and the thing is that they cannot go back to their old community where they came from. They can't go back to their family.
yeah. Their
It
family's
is
not going to.
impossible. That is just impossible.
It's too
Yeah,
late. They've been
the women are like,
accused.
yeah,
Yeah. Oh,
they cannot, because
that's
the whole community will be looking at them like this woman is a witch, and they do not want to actually go back there, and they are like, they are not safe. When they were sent out of the camps, they wanted to kill them. Like the first interview we did at that camp, this woman was in her house, and her house was burnt down while she was inside the house. Just imagine that.
so
Her house was
well,
burnt.
she's in the house. They burn the house down while she's in it.
Yeah, 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 yeah. And she told her children, to take her out of that village. They allowed her to leave. She wasn't sent directly to the camp. They allowed her to leave, but everywhere she went after after leaving the camp, leaving our community, they labeled her as a witch, and no one wanted to associate with her kids. No one wanted to associate with her, and she was like,
Yeah, so once
"Take me."
once they've been accused, it's too late. They can never go back to their original community. They
Like,
have to go somewhere else. So
exactly.
so they could be
Yeah.
in the witch camp, or they could go
Mm.
somewhere else, which that's not
Yeah, they
very.
could go somewhere else. Yeah.
That's,
But the thing is that the language in Ghana is very limited. Like, it is very restricted. There are several languages, and these people are often not educated. So you could be in a town and they speak your language, and the next town they do not speak
oh,
your language.
so
So
yeah.
it
So if
is,
they
yeah.
leave,
So
if she leaves, she goes to a different town that she doesn't speak the language. So
yeah, exactly.
so
You
where can
can't
she even
start
go?
a new life. It is impossible. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. She can't go anywhere. That is why they always renounce their faith to the camps. There is a woman there. There are women, not just a woman. There are women there that have spent more than 30 years there, 30 years in those camps, and they have nothing to eat. And I mean this, they have nothing to eat. I gave them some food. I brought them some food, right? They have nothing to eat. They just beg for food from their neighbors, people that actually live nearby. They beg them for food, and
Yeah. So that's the only
some
way
of them
they
are
can.
sick.
The only way they can survive is to beg for food.
Exactly, exactly. Some of them are sick. Some are even dying. You could actually see it in their eyes that these people are not okay.
Yeah.
And I can't actually imagine. I can't imagine living life like that. But they did. But they do. They are still there till this very moment. They are still there. More than 1,000 of them.
More than 1,000
Yeah.
in different
And yeah.
different camps though, or one camp.
Yeah, different camps. There are
Different
about six
camps.
camps. Six camps. Yeah. Yeah.
So 1,000 accused in about 6 camps, and this is mostly in Ghana.
Yeah, all in Ghana. Yeah, all in
That's
Ghana.
all in
The
Ghana.
camps are in
Okay.
Ghana. I did some investigations in that country. There is this woman, a reverend, that went from being a witch doctor to being a pastor, and she has been defrauding our members.
So
Our
wait,
members since
uh,
she
so a lady used to be a witch doctor,
yeah.
and she turned into a pastor, but now she's like a Christian pastor.
Yeah,
But
exactly,
she's just
exactly. But
frauding people.
yeah, exactly. It is a front, it is an
Yeah.
act. It's all an act. Because they do this because people feel this is the original religious leader who is very sincere about their beliefs, and they were actually converted from
Oh, so because
the
she converted, she gets more notoriety or more belief, but
exactly more
she's
believers in that
still
church.
just a
Yeah,
scammer. Because the witch doctors
yeah,
are
yeah.
just scammers. They don't have
Exactly.
they can't actually take somebody's manhood. They can't actually.
Yeah.
So they also have done. They talk about that they're bulletproof, or that they can
Mm,
turn into
yeah.
another animal.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. So what, a cat? Is that what they say they can turn into?
Yeah. 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 It's a thing in Yeah, yeah, it's a thing in Nigeria. People actually believe people can turn into several, they can actually turn into several animals. So, the thing in Nigeria, people actually believe that. And it's not just in Nigeria, it's basically Sub-Saharan Africa, Sub-Saharan Africa from Uganda to Congo, the
Wait.
Democratic Republic of
So
Congo, Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire. It is basically the same thing.
all right,
People believe the
hold on.
same
Let me
thing
let
there,
me let
Yeah.
me repeat the countries. You got Uganda. Um,
Yeah, Uganda. Yeah.
you said
Uh,
you say Ivory Coast, right? But
yeah, Ivory Coast. Yeah.
you said Cote d'Ivory.
Okay. Yeah, people call it. It is. A, it
We
is. A,
yeah
it is
we
a
don't
formal name. Yeah.
yeah we've said the Ivory Coast. I know that's not
Yeah.
supposed to be
Yeah.
what we say anymore, but they can't control
Yeah.
us from here. Yeah,
Yeah.
Uganda. That's
Yeah.
but does it go?
It,
I
it
mean,
was honestly. You see.
does it go all the way to Kenya, Tanzania, or not that far?
Yeah, it goes on. Yeah, it is. Yeah, there were witch trials in Tanzania about 2, 3, 4 years ago. There were like
Okay.
active witch trials. Yeah, active witch trials in Tanzania where women were actually. It is. the victims are often women because we live in a pretty much a man's world. But the thing is that it's not about sex, it's not about gender. This is what I've discovered. It's not about sex and gender. It is not about, honestly, the thing is that it is about power.
It's about power.
Who
Yeah.
has the power?
Yeah. The witch
Honestly,
doctors or
when you
whoever,
look at,
they want power. Or if somebody they don't like is
yeah,
getting some power, they
yeah,
can just accuse them and then they're
of
gone.
being a witch.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're gone. Yeah. When you look at deep matriarchal societies, like deeply matriarchal societies, like in Africa, like the
Deep,
Orango people,
deep
that is,
matriarchal
yeah,
societies.
yeah,
Okay.
exactly. Yeah. The laws, the religious laws, they are often made against men. Men are the victims of uh, paranormal accusations in those societies. So it is not really about gender, honestly. It is not really
Oh,
about gender.
yeah. Because I
Yeah,
mean, some females are accused of being witches, and some males are being accused of having taken
exactly.
somebody else's manhood. Um.
Exactly.
Okay. So what? Uh, that's the state of things in sub-Saharan Africa. You know, it goes all the way across there. So
Yeah.
does it Ivory Coast, Liberia? I'm looking at a
Yeah,
map
Liberia.
here.
Yeah.
Sierra
Yeah.
Leone, Guinea,
Yeah, Guinea.
Gambia,
It is.
even.
Yeah, Gambia.
Okay.
It goes to Brazil. It gets to Brazil. Haiti. Brazil is
Bra-
like Southern America, right?
yeah,
But this,
Brazil.
yeah,
You
yeah.
jumped over the
Honestly,
water
you have
there.
to. Honestly, you have to. When you
Yeah.
look deeply at these beliefs, you would actually see it. It is very deep, very deep,
Yeah.
very deep, and yeah, something people would kill for. And honestly, when I talk about Nigeria, it is married. Look at the oral we've described, the oral we've talked about.
The what?
It is married. Like I mean, the oral, the oral we've talked about. It is married compared to
I don't hold on.
Uganda.
I don't know what word you Oro.
Oral, Horror.
Horror.
Sorry,
Horror.
oral.
Okay.
Let's just get over that.
Yeah, yeah.
What we describe is pretty much mild. It is mild compared to some countries. In Uganda, it is worse. Honestly, people still use their kids. You know, people still use their kids for rituals, and this is not. You can just look it up.
Yeah, and when they
People use
use
their kids.
when they use their kids, they're using their kids, and their kids are then no more.
Yeah,
They're
they kill
gone.
their kids.
Yeah.
Their own kids. Yeah.
For some sort of ritualistic benefit.
Yeah, for some ritualistic benefits. Yeah, that is basically what. Honestly, it is. So no, I'm short of words. It is something that. Honestly, I don't. The only conversations I have about it are the ones that prompt actions, because it's how can you even do this to others? Like
Yeah.
do
How
this
can
to
you do that
others?
to your own kids? So
Edna,
it's so people are wondering probably what have you done about it? You've done some interesting
yeah,
things.
yeah, I've done last year. Last year I launched a challenge, like James Randi $1 million challenge.
The
I launched
James
something similar.
James like
James
the James
Randi,
Randi challenge, yeah.
exactly. I did it last year, and it was all over the internet, right? It was on BBC. It was all over, and we made some progress online. We made some progress
So
online.
what is the challenge?
Yeah, it is anyone who can basically provide any evidence for juju and voodoo and black magic, like any actual evidence for it.
Yeah, so it's
If they could provide
an
any
open
actual evidence,
challenge to show that they can do juju magic, voodoo, or black
yeah,
magic.
yeah. If you could, you win some money, right?
Yeah.
That is basically what. Yeah, and I do some investigations. I look for the most revered. Revered witch doctors.
Oh, so you
and
go to an area and you find the witch doctor that's the big guy in that area.
and I investigate and debunk the person.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So
Yeah.
there's and I sent you this video of the Sakawa boys. It was that's not the name of the video, but what was the name of that video? So it's there it is. It's called "Internet Scamming in Ghana" is the name of the video.
Yeah,
And you
yeah,
said
yeah,
you
yeah.
know the guy. So for reference, and I can't play the video because it actually will get a strike. It's from Vice, but it's a
Mm,
fantastic video where a guy
mm,
from Western guy goes to Ghana and gets a tour with the people that do email scamming, and so that's meaningful to me because I write email filtering software, so I'm on the other side of
mm,
what these guys are
mm.
doing. So that video is like, well, these are the people I'm stopping. But there's a spot in there where there's a I think I can bring it up here. There's a witch
Yeah,
doctor where the guy is actually talking to
I know the guy.
goes
Yeah,
to the witch
I
doctor,
know
and you
the
know
guy.
this guy.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
Um,
I was about to, yeah. When I was in Ghana, I wanted to investigate the guy, but
what was
the
his
guy is
name?
yeah, is Kwaku Bonsam. It is his name is
Kwanku Bonsam.
Kwaku Bonsam. Yeah,
Kwaku
Kwaku
Bonsam. Okay.
Bonsam. Yeah, yeah. You could just look him up. He's very famous in Ghana. He has he had an issue with Cristiano Ronaldo, and I mean the famous Cristiano Ronaldo when he was Cristiano playing in Saudi Arabia right now,
Wait, well, hold on. Say
and he
say
was
say it
like
again.
he had an issue. He said something about Ronaldo, Cristiano Ronaldo, like the footballer, the famous footballer.
He said something bad about a footballer.
Yeah, but yeah,
Like
Cristiano
a
Ronaldo is a footballer. You
okay,
know,
a
I don't.
soccer
You
player
guys
to
watch
us. Yeah.
soccer.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a soccer player. Yeah, soccer player. And it actually made the news. This was something that it was like he did some charm, and the guy wouldn't play in the World Cups, and the guy gained some notoriety for that. He was very famous for it. So it's pretty famous. It's pretty famous. The guy's pretty famous.
Okay. And so Kwanku said something about him.
Yeah, yeah. I wanted to investigate
Okay.
him like this year, but I was short on funds, right? Because this guy is very famous. He would charge you a lot of money to even do stuff with him. So I know his place. He stays at Kumasi in central Ghana. I think central Ghana. He stays at Kumasi in central Ghana. So the guy is famous, but I have some plans for him. I still have plans for the man. I still have some plans for him.
Wait, say that again.
I said I still have some plans for the man. I have some plans for the man.
Some
You know,
plans. Okay.
he's yeah, some plans for the man because he's still active, right? He's very active, still very active, very much active in this business of scams, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah. So I'll meet the man so soon, you know.
I'm gonna try to get that video.
Mm.
So some of the oh no, not that. Some of the a challenge that you did was to have somebody um, show any actual power that they might have.
Yeah,
And of course nobody showed up with that power. Um,
exactly,
so now you want to do that again.
exactly.
And
Yeah,
and so do a live stream or somehow do something to issue a challenge to these people, and maybe specific
yeah,
people like you, Konku. You back up your claims here, and so
yeah.
the challenge is, of course, what specific thing does he say he can do that could be tested? Um,
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like the gun charms, the knife charms, they feel like when you use their charms, if you were tagged with a knife, it would make you immune. You would be immune from those things. I test these things on my channel. I test them. I go to them and actually pay them money to test these charms, and I end up bleeding. Right. So like
so wait, you
yeah,
paid
the
him to
suggestion
test.
was
Hold on, you paid him to test
yeah.
something,
I
and
I,
then
I
and
go to them.
yep.
I put myself in the position of being scammed, and I pay them for those charms, and I actually test those charms,
So
and the charms
charms.
end up
So
yeah
charms are like
charms,
a little like a trinket or something that you
yeah, things like that, yeah, things like
like a
that,
rock,
and
or is
yeah,
it decorative?
no, they're not decorative, no, 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 decorative. I mean like voodoo charms, voodoo black magic charms.
Okay.
They call it charms. Yeah. So I go to them and actually pay them for it, and I test it, right on camera, to test if they are genuine or not. If they could
Yeah.
actually test, if they could, yeah. And all the time, 10 out of 10 times it fails.
Yeah.
10 out of 10
It doesn't
times
work,
it
of
fails
course.
because yeah, it doesn't work. You know, because they are just in the business to actually scam others. That's basically what they do. They are in the business to scam people,
Okay.
honestly, and they know it. They know they are scammers themselves. Yeah,
Well, of
some
course.
people.
Yeah,
Yeah, some
most
people.
scammers know that they're scammers.
Yeah, yeah. Some people
They
actually
just don't
fall for
want the
their own.
customers to know.
Exactly. And it is there are nations like in Benin Republic. I was in Benin Republic recently,
In
and
Benin. So Benin is
Benin, yeah,
directly west
Benin,
of
yeah,
Nigeria.
yeah. Voodoo is the national religion.
The
Like,
national religion of Benin is voodoo.
yeah,
So
and
these kinds of things in that country are supported by the government, probably.
yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. They have the support of the government, and they take advantage of innocent people, and they make money off it. It is yeah, just basically taking advantage of the innocent people, and you make money off it, and it is supported by the government.
Wow. All
Mm.
right. So what kinds of responses have you gotten from people?
Yeah, the responses are the ones that have prompted my actions. My recent present actions. It is to they would say you haven't been to the right places. They come up with excuses. You haven't been to the right places.
You
So
haven't
the
been to
reason why
where?
I'm launching, like, to the right places,
Oh, to
like,
the
I've
right.
met the people.
So they say you haven't been to the
Right.
right places.
Yeah, if I was looking for a real evidence, I had to go to right places.
Yeah,
I had to go to right
it's
places. Yeah,
always we call that a goalpost move.
exactly.
Yeah.
Goalpost move. Yeah. And I can't go to everywhere, right? How many places can I actually go to? And
Okay.
you can't go
Tell me
everywhere.
where. I'll go there.
Exactly. I've done that. I've done people. The ones I've been to, the places I've been to, people sent me there, right? You can't pick every single individual in the world and actually say in the country and actually say I have to go to every place you actually mentioned, everywhere you actually mentioned. So, they just moved the goalpost, and now the reason why I'm launching the challenge in 5 countries, 5 other countries, is because I will be. They would have no other excuse. If I could go to 5 countries and actually broadcast it widely, I would be able to. They wouldn't have any other place to hide. Like, what excuse could you come up with if I went to 5 countries and I found no evidence for these things? 5 countries, no
Yeah.
evidence for these things. Yeah. What other excuse could you have to actually believe in this stuff? To actually, arm people for your belief. At least I'm not saying you will change their minds, all of them, but I'm very sure if we could do that, achieve that, they wouldn't be they wouldn't kill our people for it anymore. At least to that
Yeah.
point,
All right.
they
So
would have enough
let
doubts.
me summarize. You're going to issue a challenge to 5 countries to just a
Mm,
broad thing. So they can't say you did not go to the right place. All of any area
yeah.
in that country, it's here's what you need to do. Go ahead, show your paranormal powers, and there'd
Mm,
be some monetary prize probably, right?
yeah. Mm,
And if they can't do it, then hopefully people will see that these people are frauds, and they'll
exactly.
stop paying them. Of course, they will be upset about that. That
Yeah.
if you interrupt their cash flow, that's a problem.
Exactly. Yeah,
Um,
it's dangerous. Yeah, the work is dangerous, but
because
it has to be done.
so I've got somebody in the live chat here said Cretan Bull said I was vaguely aware of this but did not realize the scope of it. Keep up the great work, Daniel, and stay safe. Love from Canada.
Yeah.
So
My God.
yeah, you got to stay safe because they're not gonna like it if you actually start. Um,
Yeah. That's the thing. Yeah, it is a very difficult. The safety is paramount, and because and not in any scenario would you be able to do this without actually feeling. My life has been threatened several times. Like I've received several death threats from people. I've had people trying to lure me into the open and actually harm me. So it's not safe, but it has to be done.
Yeah.
People, yeah, people are immune to the horror of these actions.
They're
Of course, there are
they're
some.
immune they're immune to the horror of these
Yeah,
actions. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Because sometimes there are public outbursts, but it solves nothing. Typing on the internet doesn't
Yeah.
solve anything. Typing on Twitter doesn't wouldn't stop the next death, right? So yeah, someone has to do something. I've been trying to do that. So far, I, I've been to 4 countries about these things, and so far in 4 countries, I'm the only person doing this,
In
like
four countries,
debunking
you're
these
the only
things.
person challenging this.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Wow.
I've been to yeah. There are some people that do not believe in it. There are some people. There is a man called Leo Igwe. He rescues anyone. Like talk about it. Rescues anyone accused of being a witch. But like
So
doing
he
something
he
about it is
rescues the people accused of being a witch.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But when it comes to doing something about it, debunking it, I've been to 4 countries in West Africa,
So
and I'm the only person doing it.
Ghana, Togo, Benin, Nigeria.
Nah, yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
all right. So that's your plan. Your plan is to do this challenge to people to
Mm,
hopefully just shine some light and give them a chance to, put up or shut up. And I think
yeah,
I think that's a great way to do it. And that's why I want you on here because what I can do from here, I can't go. I'm not going to be able to go there and do what you're going to be able to do, but I can do some things
yeah,
here. And I, I could certainly stand by you and say, hey, here's my challenge to them. Show how you can
mm,
do something, and so we can maybe
yeah,
look at something like that. I'm
mm,
gonna ask. You don't need to super chat or anything. People in the audience, if there's any questions that you want to ask Daniel, I did put, so I'll give you this in the description is a PayPal link. Some of what he does costs money, and these things are dangerous, so some money can help him. I'll be sending some, and super chat money. I'm not. This isn't a fundraiser. And I can't be a middle person on this, but I'll be sending some money to Daniel to support what he's doing. If anybody is interested in that, you have an option for that. Definitely, if you go to his channel, which is linked in the live chat, it's pinned. You can help at least in that way by watching some videos and commenting
sure,
and sharing things like that. Definitely do help because the views on videos for him is a lot bigger than the views on videos for me or for anybody else because of um, the exchange rates are beneficial to him
yeah,
somewhat to so lots of views on his videos will definitely do something. Um so anyway, so any questions, tag me with a question so I see it there. I'll get this there's the live chat in the middle there so that people so can we get a link? So the link to Daniel's channel is it's right up, it's up. If you go there right at the top there, you should see it in the live chat, and I'll put it in um, the YouTube description. Daniel's channel. There you go. That is a an easy and non-paying money way for anybody to support him. So anyway, let's see. I'm looking for it. Yeah, somebody asked for a link. So somebody did say, this is funny. So there's a flat earther named Gary Y. Benga, and just and so Factbase says this Gbenga is much better than the Y Benga. So you've got some fans over the flat earther Y Benga. Jay Watkins says that so basically it's vigilantism. Is there no official instances that do anything? So do the police even care?
Uh, the police could, if you were caught, if you were caught with like a human parts, right? You would be arrested for it.
If you're caught
You
with
would be
what?
arrested for it. Human parts, like if you
Iman.
were caught human parts, like human body and maybe their head or their fingers or their
Oh,
toes.
human.
Uh,
Oh, yes. So
yeah,
there was another thing where somebody was on the street selling human in a container. So I don't want to say it on here because you two. And yeah, they did get arrested at least. So that I mean
yeah,
that's a high bar. That there's a lot of things lower than that that you should get arrested for in this range here. I would think,
exactly,
but
exactly. Yeah, you could get arrested, but they do not arrest the witch doctors. They just leave them be.
they leave the witch. Well, yeah, because they're just doing what they do. I suppose it's not illegal, but what if
It
somebody?
is honestly they are the
Oh,
ones. They
it
are the
is.
ones that ask. They are the ones. The witch doctors ask these people to go and find this kind of these materials, the materials for their rituals. And by
Oh,
materials, I mean humans. They should go and kill humans,
so
and that is
they're telling
illegal.
their
That should be illegal.
they're telling their customers, potential customers, to go
Yeah,
and get the parts, and these parts are
yeah,
illegal. So yeah, so encouraging them to do that would be illegal.
mm,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. But
Wow.
they do not do. The police do not do anything about that. They just let them go. That's it. That's it. They let them go because it is the native religion, like they say. It is the native religion. So it is problematic. I've seen it is a real problem. Everyone scamming and actually prompting people to do illegal things should be arrested. Honestly,
Yeah.
they should be. Yeah, but no, it is. I've seen cases where the people were they were released. Like the witch doctors were released to actually live, to live, go live their lives and go back to their lives. It shouldn't be.
Yeah. Um.
Mm.
So Mandevil wonders if you've had any threats or felt intimidated while doing this work.
Yeah, it is the norm. I get threatened all the time. Just recently, I told you. I think I mentioned it to you. I was detained by the police for 3 days without charge. For 3 days without
So
charge
the police
in
arrested you.
jail. Yes, yes. I was detained in jail because one of these witch doctors actually went to the police and actually lied about the investigation. It was like I was defaming his character, and this is a civil case, right? And but I was detained for 3 days. I was in jail for 3 days without charge. I got people involved. I got people
So
that could get me out
three
involved.
days you were in jail with, and they didn't give you
Mm.
any charge. So then what happened?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I filed a lawsuit against the police department. I
You
filed a lawsuit and yeah,
you filed a
two court
lawsuit. Okay.
appearances. Yeah, two court appearances. They haven't showed up. They didn't show up. They sent no lawyer. They sent no. They didn't show up.
Yeah.
That yeah. So I get threatened. My life gets threatened all the time. Like my physical life gets threatened all the time. But the police is the ones that I'm most worried about because they believe they have the laws on their hands
So
on their side.
you're the most worried about the police.
Yeah,
That's all
you
backwards.
could honestly, exactly. You could have thrown a tyrant. A tyrant you could have thrown. Someone trying to kill you illegally, you could have thrown them. But when it comes to the government, when it comes to the police, you cannot outrun them. They control the border. They
Yeah.
control everything. Yeah. So they are the real things to be. They are the real ones to be scared about. Honestly, anyone could come into your house and try to kill you. You could run, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You could run, but when it comes to physical, when it comes to the government, you can't outrun them.
Yeah. Yeah. If the government, if the
Mhm.
police want to get you, then that's a little different than just some
Mhm.
guy showing up. Do you
Yeah,
work?
yeah, yeah.
Do you work with a team? PJ CNET's wondering, do you have some other people working with you there in the country?
Yeah, yeah. My light just went off. I have to do something about it. But I'll just continue with the audio, right?
What happened to your lights?
It went off. It went off. I had to. It is my generator. I use a generator, a
Oh,
backup
your
gen.
generator.
I had
Okay.
to actually, yeah, yeah. Now, so I'm just continuing with the audio,
Okay.
and audio. Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
audio. All right.
So, yeah, yeah. I I please come again. Ask the question again, please.
Do you work with a team?
No, I do not. It is safer working alone. I wish I could. There are people I can trust, but once you have a team, you have to pay them, right? So and also it is safer working alone. You could be investigating someone because some of my works are done are undercover investigations, and you could be investigating someone, and I don't want the person with me saying the wrong things, which could cause problems for me. So basically, I basically work alone because of that. Because of that.
So it's.
Mm,
I guess yeah. I guess it makes sense. That
mm,
it's difficult. All right, I'm trying to get at least your name on the screen so people know who I'm talking
mm,
to.
mm,
Um,
mm. Yeah, I don't know if I have any pictures of myself.
well,
I should.
I think we're gonna wrap up here in a little bit. Let's see. Is there something?
Okay.
Is there's something? Kent Speak asks, is there something that they can do besides donations or by watching your videos?
Uh, Honestly, I do not know. Just donate and share my videos. That's all I can. That's all I can say. When the time comes, I will let you know. I'm trying to get people to tag the president of Ghana to pay the women some money. The women that are in these camps, they have to be paid some money to live their lives again, to get their life restarted, and to get their life restarted, so they can actually leave the camps. They can actually leave the camps. That is what I'm trying to. But it's by the time I need people to tag the president to actually create a conversation around that. I will do that. I'll reach out to you, and maybe we can have another live stream.
Yeah, I think it might be interesting if we can figure out a way to do a challenge, because I'm much safer here than there
Yeah,
to
yeah,
to
yeah.
challenge them, because if what Kwaku doesn't like me,
Mhm.
he can't send an email to me that's going to do anything. I'm the guy
Yeah,
that stops the emails from his customers. So
yeah, exactly, exactly, exactly.
um okay, here's a I love this. So you were on BBC.
Yeah, and I've been on BBC. Last year I was all over the news, and it worked. The challenge we had in Nigeria, just Nigeria last year, actually worked. People now openly question these paranormal claims online, but we haven't gotten to like the physical, the people that have no internet reach. The people that have no internet reach. We have to actually get through to them. We have to get through to those people.
So they say they have, what did you say, they have no what?
We have to get the truth to people offline, people that have no internet reach, that have no social media and all. It's worked last year.
They have
Last
no
year it
no
was it
social
was
media. Yeah.
yeah,
All
yeah. We
right. So
have to get into them.
somebody asked for your PayPal link. I put it in the chat there just in case anybody's
Mm,
interested.
mm.
Um, and you said it's not your name. It's your friend, somebody that you.
Yeah, he's a friend. Yeah, he
Okay.
works there. Yeah, he sometimes helps me out with
Yeah.
some videos. Yeah, yeah.
So okay. Um. Well, Daniel, this has been good. I really want to be able to do something, and I think you are doing some great work, and I really want you to be
Mm,
safe. Um,
mm,
and if whether you work alone or find a team of people that you trust, I think this would be a
mm,
great thing. I don't let them mess with you, but yeah, I'll work with you. People definitely be looking out for maybe some future things with Daniel. And of course, you
mm.
have the link to his channel.
Channel.
Somebody said that that he has 17 million subscribers. He doesn't. He has just 3.6 thousand. So I don't know why somebody thought they had that many subscribers, but
No, I didn't.
I mean, that'd be nice. But yeah, so
Yeah.
um, there it is. Yeah, and KB says this is why helping Africa is so hard, because the challenges are at the top. The top is the place where there's problems, and
Mm,
how do you fix when the top supports stuff like that? It's
exactly.
yeah, yeah.
Exactly. Mm.
Um, anyway, so Daniel, I appreciate very much that you've been on here. Anything else as we wrap up here?
Now, nothing much, nothing much. Just watch my videos and share my videos. That's all. That's all. Yeah, we talked about donation. We talked about just sharing. By the time when we need to tag, I will need people to tag the president of Ghana to actually pay the women suffering in camps. I would want people to we need to create conversations around that to get these women some money to start their life somewhere else. Maybe go back to their families and go back to their kids to live a normal life. Because if you were to go there, honestly, you will be moved to tears by the state of these women. The room they sleep in is smaller than my toilet. Like the room, their whole house is smaller than they live in a hut.
Yeah.
The rooms they live in is smaller. It's smaller than my bedroom. My bedroom is smaller
Yeah.
than my bedroom.
So
So
definitely. So
yeah.
this is the video that you had me watch with the camps, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Um,
Mm.
all right. I had the wrong link in the description, so I corrected that. The link in here, the link in the description was to the Vice channel. So, all right. Well, Daniel, thank you very much for coming in, and everybody else for supporting. Thank you very much, and we'll see you all in the next one.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.